A Merry Christmas to our viewers. Welcome to today's conversation on human trafficking, a crime that exploits vulnerability and strips individuals of their dignity. Welcome, Mr. Matadi, and a very beautiful Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth, and also wish our viewers all over the world Merry Christmas and New Year in advance.
All
so
right.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And
You're
how
looking
are you
good.
doing? Thank you so much.
Good.
Like you heard correctly, our conversation today is on human trafficking. What do you have to say concerning this topic?
Well, human trafficking, it's something that is dehumanizing. It affects but it don't just affect the victims, but the families that fell prey to the trap of the enemies. Which one are we going to talk about? Is it the psychological effect? Is it the trauma that this thing leaves? It leaves, the memory goes on and on and on. So it's a good thing that maybe we will highlight these things so that those perpetrating those crimes will know that it is not just a crime, but a crime against humanity.
Okay.
And also government should take steps to see how we can wage war against these things, because it's part of it's under the moral values. So before we go ahead, I think we'll look at what the definition of human trafficking.
All right.
Human trafficking is an act of recruiting, transporting, transferring, harboring, or receiving individuals through force, fraud, or coercion for the purpose of exploitation.
Okay.
This exploitation may include forced labor, sexual slavery, or other forms of commercial sexual exploitation.
Okay.
You have now seen the motive. We are looking at the motive behind the effects, or rather the motive behind
human trafficking.
Okay. And those who perpetrate these things. You see, it has no connotation with normal life.
All right.
That we live.
Okay.
You see that people who do this, like you rightly pointed out, some do this for commercial purposes.
Okay.
Let me say financial benefit.
All right.
Just to enrich their purse.
Okay.
At the expenses of the governed, the people, the masses. And it has all these things we're talking, and it has effect, a damaging effects on the image of a country.
Okay.
Yes. So we are saying that the department, the agency, which is NAPTIP, that has been empowered by an act to chase these people, not just chasing them, arrest them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And find ways of putting a stop to these things. Let me tell you one thing again. Human trafficking is not a war that will be waged only by the agency concerned. Those that are posted at our border points, like the sea, land, and the air, because these are the avenues, the channels they use to, let me use the word, is it to escort their victims to other part of the country for the purpose of their personal gain. So I don't feel that people like the immigration department, the custom department, should also go extra mile across their own conventional duty to ensure that these things are caught.
All right, thank you. You talked about effect of this human trafficking. Can you tell us the effect of human trafficking?
Yes, in the first place, the effects mostly on the families, because sometimes somebody that has been let me transported or ferried to another country for the purpose of sexual, to go on labor.
Okay.
And most of them are on forced labor or wherever they are.
Okay.
Like what was going on in the olden days, when slavery was going on. The idea behind slavery then was not other than to get the Africans, ferry them across Europe, to force them to work in the plantation, especially in America, where they have the plantation. They were forced into labor, and they wanted a cheap labor, which they don't want to pay. So they did the same thing. They have modernized, upgraded slavery.
Okay.
That is why they now call it human trafficking. So when they take this, when these people are now exported, let me use that word, to other countries, for the purpose of achieving their aim, they are now forced into labor. That labor could come in turn of some are asked to go and help as house help.
Without earning money. Would they earn money?
Well, most of the money they earn are being transferred to the account of the person who negotiated the deal.
Okay.
I think most of the little research I did was that the victims themselves are not giving that money directly.
Okay.
They are only giving a stipend, just because basically, for instance, for a house, somebody who is doing a house help,
yes,
in wherever they are outside the country, you might not be allowed to go out. You don't have that freedom of going out within across your peripheral.
Okay.
You don't have that freedom. So they might not look at what do you even need the money for. So they will only give you money to just buy some, maybe as a woman, most of them wear your sanitary wares and all these things. Because they feed you. As a house, they feed you.
Okay.
So most of the money that they've been negotiated are being paid to those who the lords, the how do you call it, the human traffickers.
Okay.
Yes.
So who are the drivers of this human trafficking? What do you think are the main drivers of this human trafficking?
Yes, the main drivers of this human trafficking, like I rightly pointed, just like you talk about the drug barons.
Drug barons.
They have a clique, you know, they are lots. You know, they just like the war government is also waging. We'll talk about that maybe in our subsequent programs about these drug lords. So the same thing is applied to these human traffickers.
Okay.
They have their clique. Is a kind of a cult, which they have decided they live with us. Yeah?
Yeah.
They are within us. They are not far from us. They are our neighbors. Most times, if you will find them, maybe in most of the worship centers. Yeah? They have a clique, like I said, where they meet and then plan strategies on how to carry out, execute their deal. And when this deal is executed, they transfer, or like I said, they transfer their victims to their destination. Maybe some, like I'll come back to that, maybe some who fall, their own channel is for sexual purpose.
Okay.
Some could work in a labor force, on a crude labor force, let me use that way. And when the money, like I said before, the purpose of this, for those who do this, is for commercial purpose.
Okay.
Their account grow fat, but the homes that these people that are being, forced into labor are going in pain, are in pains. They go through trauma. Because you can imagine parents that have just one child. It could be a boy, it could be a girl. And that girl is, let me use the word kidnapped, and moved into labor. How do you expect them? Where do they start? Probably these parents, they are maybe above 40-something or 50-something. They can no longer give a child biologically. How do you expect them to start all over again? How do they go? So that's why I'm saying that the trauma they go through is worse than anything. Like my friend would say, is worse than any devil. I mean, this thing the devil could devise. So it's something that is, like we said, NAPTIPs need to pull up their sleeves to ensure that this crime, because it's a big crime, does not go unabated.
All right, who are those vulnerable to this human trafficking?
Mostly the underage, let me say.
The underage?
Yes. Majority, no, it's like They can go with any age, but the major part of it, huge, largely lies on underage. Underage, I mean, is that, you see people that are still under 15, 16, under 20, let me just use that word.
They are then youth.
Okay, yes, let's say youth.
So what do you have to say about those youths that are being promised a greener pasture? Right, because I'm seeing at each time, some of them are not being literally like forced, like in terms of slavery, though it's a modern day slavery, whereby they will use chain and chain you with the other person
and then take you across
the board. Some of them are being promised greener pasture. They know, but no, actually they don't know that they are going to use them. Okay, they are going to do something like overseas, let's say overseas, because they are being promised greener pasture overseas, and they are being cajoled to travel outside this country. What do you have to say to those youths that have this Japa syndrome? They want to travel by all means, that they don't even think, even though it's human trafficking, they just want to leave the shores of this country. Even some of them even know what they are getting themselves into. I heard the story of my friend that was that traveled to Italy. Italy.
Okay.
She just wants to travel. That is just the motive. She wants to travel.
Just want to get out.
Yes, she just wants to travel, not knowing what she's going there to do. Most of the time, they are not being told on what they are going there to do. Do you understand? They are being promised of job opportunities. What do you have to say to the youths right there?
Well, larger percentage of blame should be put on parents. Yes, because that's why we are hammering on parents educating their child, on happenings in the environment. Because your child cannot just sit up and wake up in the morning and say, no, I want to travel. And somebody, or rather, what you say, like cajoling their child into taking him abroad. If that child is properly schooled in the house of dangers of doing things by disconnecting from their parents, disconnecting from their community. If that child is adherent to the instructions being laid down by the parents, I don't think most of them will fall victim of being promised. You will find whether somebody is promising you false promises. So I don't think I want to blame the traffickers in this case. Yes, I don't think I want to blame, because you can only, which is when you arrest the mind of somebody, you now begin to convince the person. If I don't give attention, I'm passing on the road, you call me, unless probably you have said, Mr. Matade, I'll now look at, okay, I know you. Are you with me? But you can't just with a snap of hand and you expect me to stop. I won't give you attention.
The offer might be very attractive, because I know someone have been offered scholarship abroad. Job opportunity is very attractive. At the end of the day, they see a very different thing. So what's your advice to the youth? Right.
Yes, I'm going to repeat myself, because if somebody sees you and offers you, a greener pasture outside their home, like say Nigeria is your home, and you just jump at that offer because you want to get out. I didn't get back to. There's one of the tribes, I wouldn't want to mention their names. They said if you go out and somebody offers you a gift that is bigger than you, you bring it home. You come, Dad, Mom, somebody gave me this on the road. What their parents will not do, who is that? He mentioned his name. Your father will stand up and go to the family. Thank you for what? That's what we called hope training. So if somebody offers you something above what your parents had not offered you, are you with me? Yes. The onus is on you to get back to your parents and say, sir, Daddy, somebody saw me on the road and promised to offer me take me a place where I will have a free scholarship, schooling, or a job. Your father will call the attention of that person. You're offering this to my dad. To my son. Thank you. What are the details? Then there should be a consonant. There should be an agreement between the person who is offering this and the owner. Because there's an owner. And that's why, maybe, I've not told you this in marriage. You see somebody on the road. because it's part of this. It's part of this human trafficking.
Okay.
Those who coerce girls on the road, see a girl on the road, I want to marry you. You will take the girl to your house without the consent of the parents. That one in law we call it cohabiting. That is punishable by law. Is also trafficking. You extracted somebody's child without the consent of the parents. You know what I mean? And you live, and definitely you are abusing that person sexually because that's the motive.
Exploiting the person sexually.
Yes, yeah, because his ignorance of what you are not taking advantage of her ignorance, and you go and cohabit with the lady. It's part of human trafficking. So if such a thing happens, that's what I told you. I will not blame those who are convincing. Let me use that word. They are victims. It is your place now to go home and tell your dad, this is what I got. And your dad still has the right to tell you, please, thank you so much for the offer.
Yes.
Please, my child is not yet his time. So in this case, I blame, unless those ones that are being coerced are forced by force to move. That is where we now look out for the traffickers and punish them accordingly.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Matade. So we were talking about human trafficking. So what are the most effective strategy for preventing this human trafficking?
Yes, that's one of these is this program we have created.
Okay.
Enlightenment. Essentially, I was talking with somebody yesterday in my area, and he said, Matade, God bless you. You're doing a great job. You are enlightening us on dangers of immorality that people have been going through.
Okay.
Because people are now aware. Because they were looking at those things that were happening as normal.
Yes.
It has become a norm. But we have, this team has now come to let you know it is not normal. So we have to, through this program, the NAPTIP have to spread their dragnets.
Okay.
They should also not just limit their campaign to on the streets. I see most of them doing a roadshow. It goes beyond a roadshow. Because somebody is passing.
Yeah.
Just like I told you, I can't call me and say, Madam, I want to talk to you. No. If I don't know you, you are doing a roadshow. People are just, they are busy. Are you mean? They are busy, they have their programs already. Somebody who left his or her house in the morning has a destination and he has a purpose where he's going. So you don't just carry a banner and play band, please stop human trafficking. You have ended up not talking to anybody. Am I saying something?
Yeah, you are making sense.
Maybe your target is about 100%. But that video, you only spoke about 20. You will go home. Why did you do it? There was a traffic. There were people who were doing sales. They were doing a roadshow and the thing caused chaos and traffic. What were they saying? I don't even understand. But I think I saw the banner. She ends there. So we should have an organized audience.
Okay.
It's time we reach out through a proper channel like this NYC we're using.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes.
We have an organized audience. When I mean organized, we have religious bodies, their worship centers. Like I said the other time, I remember, God bless, there was a DPO at Federal Housing, Kubwa,
Okay.
Phase 4. When I went for sensitization, he called me inside his office. He said, Matade, you're doing a great job, but you need to step up your game. You need to move across. How? He said, your presence is needed where they are doing a wedding.
Okay.
Your presence is needed where they are doing burial. Even though people are in tears, they should be able to offer you a space, even though they are crying, so that you tell them to prevent such. Maybe the accident could have been, the death could have been as a result of carelessness.
Okay.
It might not be a normal death.
Okay.
You are console them and tell them, oh, this is the right way to go. In buses, even this morning I woke up, I told my friend, I said, my spirit has asked me and we are going to embark on a bus campaign.
Okay.
All these big buses,
Yes.
where we will start it very soon.
That would be awesome.
Yes, we were doing time crime.
It's going to be interstate from...
Yes, it depends on the bus.
Okay.
Like all these, these big luxury buses. I think we are going to start it When we're bored, we'll have our person, address them, pick up a topic, address them there. Probably give them this tag and the attribute of flyer. That's what just came into it. In Cross River, some years ago, I was doing morning cry. Yes, I was using a megaphone. Okay. Early in the morning, as I'm out from my house, go and ask them. As early as 4, I'm out. I'll go around the whole town, the holy gully. I'll be addressing them on these moral issues. So these are the strategies we should apply, because what people need is enlightenment, information. Because in one of the holy books, he said, my people are dying for the lack of knowledge. Some don't even know what they are doing.
Yes.
Are you with me?
Yes.
After, there was a day I stopped one young boy on the road. Fine boy. If I use the word beautiful, maybe it's an understatement. But he was wearing a torn jeans. Okay. I stopped him. I said, "Hey, listen." I said, "Young man, where are you going?" He said, "He's going out." I said, "I like you." Maybe the guy would have thought maybe I'm a gay. I said, "No, you look handsome." But there is a question mark on your outfit. He said, "What is that?" I said, "Your clothes." After talking to the guy, I said, "Can you promise me that after today?" And he said, the guy now said, and I told me, "Oh, Commander, thank you very much. I am not going to where I am going again. I will go home and change this thing. I promise you." The young man turned back.
Wow.
He turned back and left.
That's
so
commendable.
yes, he left. He said he's not even going to go further beyond this with this. That he's going to go home. Let me also tell you again. Maybe we'll digress. It's part of rebranding in a radio house. I went to the studio. I went for an inspection. I was on my round. I saw a young man. If you see his clothes, he was looking like a mad person. Fair, fine guy. I said, "Hey, come. Where are you from?" He said, "He's a copper. Copper, okay. And this is a cloth." I said, "Before I count 3, leave this place. I don't want to see you on this cloth." I think 2-3 days later, if you see what that guy was wearing, this is in Niger Delta. Because they know me, I don't. So the guy came to me. "Uncle," I said, "Yes." Because I'm looking good. I don't have it. He said, "Can you remember?" I said, "I can't remember." I was the one you called inside the studio. I said, "So you are even handsome like this. Look at what." He said, "Uncle, I have done those things." That guy started dressing. He became one of the best dressers in Radio House. Wow. When he was leaving, he came to my office, knelt down. So, Uncle Matade, I will not forget what you did for me. My father never told me this. Throughout my school instructors never told me this. He came with, Five Alive. I said, when he passed out, he left us. He brought a wine. Wow. I can't remember him again. So what we need now is an approach that we can inform them. What they need now is information. Okay.
So what about the government? What should the government do?
What is that? That's what government is talking. I'm telling you from the Honorable Minister's office. A minister that's in charge of orientation. That's what government is doing. That's what we are doing now. All right. And that's why NYC has provided this platform. So we are running a collaboration with like organized audience, like I told you. Quick day was that I was in a function. I went to, I don't know if you saw it on the platform, an Igbo community was, they were organized, they were giving the chief there, they call him Chief Ochendo, he's in Karo. Okay. He was, the Lions Club was going to give out free food to the needy. He called me at night that day. Man, they come over. Come and do your work. I went there with crest, with Nigerian flag. I had to badge them, told them this is from Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation. Here, abroad the widows, I addressed them. I gave them the crests. I said they must control, in as we are collecting rice for your feeding. I'm also feeding your brain. Government has sent me. Be of a good conduct. Government has repositioned himself, especially the Minister of Information and National Orientation. He's a very intelligent minister, above my heart. He's doing a very good work. He has repositioned Minister of Information for proper orientation on Nigerians.
Wow.
Yes. That's what I'm doing here now.
Wow.
And you can see that NYC are leaving no stone unturned.
Okay, what message you would love to share with individuals who may be vulnerable to trafficking or exploitation? What message do you have to tell those of them listening to us right now?
Like what we're trying to say here is that I forgot to add that you see, Director of Social Services Departments across the 774 local governments in Nigeria.
Okay.
It is also their responsibility to help NAPTIPs because they are the grassroots level. It is their responsibility to also attend to co-parents, you know what I mean, and tell them. It is their duty to, and then get the victims, cancel them, which we are saying. I think, like if you come to Radio House now, I think the minister has refurbished our office. Yes, he has. I want to thank him through this media. The office has been, but he has equipped it and published it. So very soon, when we finish this, we'll have a big program coming up in our hands. Yes. That's Ogoja 20 Global Summit. So as soon as we are done with the summit, we'll come back, or we'll have departments there that will be handling issues like this counseling.
That's amazing.
We're up the game.
Okay.
Yes.
So you've not answered my question.
Oh.
I said, what message would you love to share with individuals who may be vulnerable to trafficking?
Okay, what we're trying to tell them, like also that if there have been like victims,
yes,
there are two parts. I even have my friend. I was trying to call her before we entered the studio.
Okay.
She's in Crossing State. She's a family friend. Her daughter was trafficked to Libya. Yes, 21-year-old lady. That's about 4 years ago.
Okay.
She called me. It's a matter day. I'm in pain. I said, what happened? She said, my daughter. So the NAPTIP have gone into the case. Police has gone. But it's over 4 years now. She has not seen her daughter. And the last time we spoke about 3 months ago, at times I avoid asking her because, it's like I told you,
yes,
the trauma of knowing that your child was not dead. Your child is not living with somebody officially, which you know, but has been taken away from you forcefully. You don't even know if that child is dead or
alive. Because some of them are being used as organ harvesters.
Okay.
Take them.
Yes.
And use their organs.
Okay. So I wanted her to give me a feedback, so I would not know how to. It's not that we don't have the location, we don't know where it is. So, getting into the case looks a little bit that we are believing God that it will end very well.
Okay.
So we are telling the people that they should. I think government will also, like I said before, let me address this thing, create a platform.
Exactly. Yes.
Especially this through. That's why I mentioned the social services department.
Okay.
That is where they're coming in full force to get those victims. You know what I mean? Rehabilitate them because the thing has affected their thinking. The trauma. Just like someone that was kidnapped and released on on bail and all this after paying ransom.
Yeah.
So I think that is where it is not just because the work of the NAPTIP is to either prevent or arrest. But the social services department, the onus is on them now to expand their scope by bringing those victims for counseling.
Okay.
Yes. We'll talk to them, counsel them. Because there's nothing heals faster than a certain word. Sorry, it's going to be okay. Most of us, actually, I didn't want to tell you, went through such things, trauma over the years. But it took the God for somebody to call me and say, Matter, don't worry, it's going to be okay. So a word is okay.
So you think we need more counselors?
Yes, we did. We do. Especially at the
department.
Yes, even in yes, we do. In all areas, even in NYC camp here, we should create a counseling department. It's very important. But even some workers here are going through.
Yes. Everybody is mentally.
Yes, especially with the present situation, they feel it's all over. No. Everything has its stages. Nigeria is going through its own. America has gone through their own. They came out strong. There was a French Revolution in the 1847. They went through it, they came out. And then I don't really have record of a British this thing, but I know that America also went through their own. It is at this period of time that God's come to our aid.
Exactly.
Yes, we're going to come out very strong.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah, we are going to come out very, very strong.
Alright, there's this notion that no one cares. That's why people are just doing their thing.
That is,
yes.
I mean, which is not very good.
Very good.
No, I don't care. Everybody.
We just have the notion that no one cares.
Nobody will care.
But we do care. We care.
Government cares.
NYC will care.
Yeah, NYC will
Moral
care.
Rebranding cares.
Yes, we care. We do. They have. There was people are just like that. What you said, moving aimlessly.
Exactly.
No, there's a coordination now.
Yes.
There's a coordination.
All right, there has been the Moral Rebranding with Elizabeth and Mr. Matade. Any updates, Mr. Matade?
Yes, we had a very wonderful time. It's well time with the Cherubim and Seraphim Church.
You went?
Yes, it was awesome.
Okay. So you move from church to church?
Yes, we do.
You don't have a particular church?
No. We don't have a limit. That's my minister has. This thing is to inside the mosque. You go there like I told you. You are doing a burial. We'll go there. I'm in a wedding. After you give me my rice, I eat. You give me a microphone. I tell them why I am here.
Okay.
So, like last Sunday, it was the turn of Cherubim and Cherubim. It was awesome. We recorded close to about 98 something in the audience, and they were very happy.
Wow.
They gave us about almost the highest. They gave us about 25 minutes. It was all dancing and merry. And I gave them the message, gave them the crest, and the pin up. I mean the attributes of Model Home. They were so happy. They were like, Moses has created this thing. God bless him. I said, yes, we have been on board. I think that was the only thing we did. But on Christmas Day, I came back from church. I thought I should rest a little bit.
Yeah, you did well.
I needed a break.
Well.
Look, I know that I know you will frown if you don't see me here today.
Yes.
You're laughing? I know you. That was right. I told my brother, I said, no, today, after church, everybody eats. Yeah. Let me rest a little bit. Yeah. I think that was yesterday, ba?
Yes, yesterday, Wednesday.
Yes. Because I know that today, Elizabeth doesn't see me in the studio. His own scolding will be more than the DJ's home.
All right, a very beautiful Merry Christmas to our viewers. Once again, this is all saying bye till we come your way again. Don't forget to always like and share our page, NYSC Radio TV, or at Adewaya Media on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube. NYSC Radio TV or at Adewaya Media. This is all saying bye.